Good morning, everyone. I'm Vicki. I'm going to make a breakfast casserole this morning, a sausage and potato casserole. But before I get started, I thought I'd walk outside and give you a little glimpse of our view. I thought I would go out, come out and get the newspaper. Do you see the mountain view in the back? Hopefully. Let me get the newspaper and get in and get started showing you how to make that breakfast casserole. To make the breakfast casserole, I'm going to use some sausage, and these are ready-made sausage patties from Aldi. It's their brand here, Breakfast Best, and I've set aside 3 sausage patties, and I've microwaved them to get the grease out. That was my goal, is to get the excess grease out of the patties. So I'm going to pat these. You can cook sausage from fresh ground sausage, but I'm trying to make this quick and easy this morning. So I'm using 3 ready-made sausage patties that are already cooked. They're the type that just need warmed. So I'm going to cut these up into small pieces. And while I'm cutting this up, my oven is preheating at 350. And you gotta watch, these are a little bit hot because I just microwaved them. I did 1 minute and then I turned them and then I did 30 seconds. These are just a little bit too hot to handle. So I'm just cutting these up in cubes. And I'm going to put that into my pan, which is just, I've sprayed it with non-stick spray and I'm using an 8x8 pan. So we're going to put that in my pan. Could probably cut these 2 at a time, maybe. Might have been better, 1 at a time. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to put these into my baking pan. Just spread it around. The next ingredient is going to be some potatoes, and I'm using a canned potato that's already cooked. It's already soft. These are by Aldi, Happy Harvest, whole potatoes. My mom introduced me to these and I love them. I did drain them and I rinsed them, but I want to pat them dry. So I'm going to dump them out and onto a paper towel and just pat them dry. You can see there's a few little ends that need to be trimmed off. Sometimes they're perfectly prepped and ready, and sometimes I have to cut off a few little pieces here. So I'll just cut that off. Here, I'll use the can for my trash. How's that? I'll use my can for my little pieces that I'm cutting off. So I'm just going to cut these into small cubes. You can use any kind of potato that you would like. You can use any frozen potato, but I thought I would try these potatoes because I really like them. So just cut them up, nothing fancy, just cube them up. I'm tossing them over into my baking dish. So I have the sausage and the potatoes cut up and in the bottom of my pan. Now I'm going to get my eggs ready. And I have a mixing bowl here. Wipe this off a little bit. And I'm going to use 4 eggs. Whisk these a little bit, or I'm using a fork today. Just gonna break the yolk up. And to this I'm going to add some milk. You can use milk or cream. I just happen to have some whipping cream. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put in 1/3 of a cup. The 1/3 of a cup of milk, any kind of milk. I just happen to like whipping cream. I'm also going to add some seasoning, and I like to use this Bad Byron's butt rub that I use all the time in my cooking. And I'm going to put 1/8 of a teaspoon of seasoning. You can do seasoned salt, you can do salt and pepper, whatever seasoning you like. In fact, I'm not sure that that's enough seasoning. Let's take a look at this here. I might want a little more. We like this seasoning a lot. I'm going to put a little more. This is in place of my salt and pepper. If I were doing salt and pepper, I'd probably do 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper and probably a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm also going to be using some diced onion. I prepared this and had it in the freezer, and probably about 1/3 of a cup, or whatever you like. We like a savory breakfast, so I'm going to use about 1/3 of a cup of onion. And now I need some cheese. You can use any kind of cheese that you like. I'm going to use some shredded cheddar. You can use Mexican cheese, whatever you like. You can mix mozzarella and cheddar. You can really put anything that you'd like. I'm going to put in about a cup of cheese. So a nice full cup of cheese. Stir that up. After this is baked, you'll get four really large servings out of it. However you decide to cut it, it's in a square, or possibly, I don't know, whatever size you'd like to have. And pour this over and put it in an oven at 350 degrees for a half hour or until it sets up. It's kind of like making a quiche without the crust and adding potatoes, which you would never really put in a quiche. A lot of the recipes that you find for a casserole is a large casserole with 8 eggs or I should say a dozen eggs, and it serves a lot of people. This is just a smaller portion serving 2 people, and we will get 2 breakfasts out of this. I smear that around, try to even out the cheese, and I'm going to put this in the oven, as I said, at 350 for a half hour till it sets up. My potato sausage breakfast casserole is done. It looks gorgeous on top. I'm going to put it into a dish, add some sour cream and some salsa on top. I thought that would be good. Wish I had had some Mexican cheese, but I used cheddar cheese. Now let me get this bowled up and I'll show you what it looks like. Breakfast is ready. I put a little dollop of sour cream and some salsa. Hope you can see there. I think we're going to eat outside this morning because, you know, our nice days are numbered. So I'm ready for breakfast. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I invite you to give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. If you ring that little bell, you'll receive notifications on future videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki. I love to cook and I love you coming along. Thank you. See you soon.